Are you ready?
Hello, race fans, and welcome to Off-Camber TV's coverage of the Northwest Truck Series, sponsored by Volt Vapes, Sarge's Place, and the Hungry Dragon. Tonight, round 13 brings us to the Kansas Motor Speedway for the running of the Walz Beer Co. 150. Joining myself in the booth is, as always, Donovan Johns and Katie Reed. How are y'all guys doing tonight?
Having an amazing night, watching some fresh practice going on and going into qualifying.
Yeah, about the same. Just excited to get another race in. These guys have been putting on some excellent racing this season, so I'm ready for another one.
All right, and right now it looks like we're focusing on Mark Walz doing his first qualifying left here. We are on last week's winner, Drew Lalonde, dominating fashion last week in that 31 Sarge's Place Chevrolet Silverado. Put on a great show, got his first win this season. See if he can repeat tonight here in Kansas.
We know we're definitely looking at the dominance by Dog Bear Racing. Drew Lalonde again had a fantastic run last week. He's doing well this week in practice, a little under the speed by just mere hundredths, and that puts him all the way back in practice charts of about, P5, P6 earlier this evening. Let's see if he's able to maintain his provisional pole right now and see what everybody else does.
Yeah, right now it looks like he is on the provisional pole with a 29.874. But he's definitely got some speed tonight. And
Taking a look at the number 18 of Chad Barker. Looks like we're going to be welcoming him back this week after taking a short break. In practice, he was actually fastest, so he didn't waste any time getting back to the track here. And he's coming across the line now for his first lap. We'll see what kind of time he can put down here. But man, that speed in practice, that was a hell of a lap. 29.831 was his practice speed.
And a lot of you guys out there might be wondering, why are these guys running the high side? That is the preferred groove here at Kansas. The bottom takes about 2 to 3 tenths off of your time here. So we're going to be seeing a lot of high wide racing here tonight.
And it looks like actually Chad Barker only putting in a time of 30.35. So losing about 0.5 of a second on his first lap. Only good enough for 8th spot right now. He's coming out of turn 4. So we'll see what his second lap is. See if he's got it up a little bit. You see him going down all the way on the apron, almost to the grass there for a moment. Yeah, but there he goes. Almost an identical time to his practice speed. And top of the charts, he will go. That is pole position.
That is an impressive lap time. And William Fletcher is hitting a provisional P2 with an 8.48, just 0.005 of a second slower than Chad Barker.
Oops.
Looks like the 089 of John Ottenbacher, who's been running that fantastic purplish blue paint this whole year, finally wrapped up himself a sponsor for the end of the season here. He's running a Cuddle Premium E-Liquid paint scheme on that Toyota Tundra.
Yeah, very sharp indeed.
That is a fantastic looking ride.
Just needs to change the wheel color.
And it looks like in practice he was fast enough for 14th out of the total 18 on track. Qualified 11th right now, but we still have a couple of drivers, a good handful of drivers that have not put in a time. And of course, always coming in late as ever is Sean Brightsman. always the latest, never getting in any practice, so we can't go off of his practice speed. So we'll see what kind of time he can put down here in qualifying. But man, he does not like to wait.
No, Sean Brightsman, I don't know if it's a work schedule or what he's got, but he is Mr. Jump out the truck, put the fire suit on, and bust out a lap. And he's usually top 4, top 5, just right out of the box, sometimes top 1, top 2.
Yeah, it seems to be his type of strategy that he's got going here. He's only got 4 minutes left, so he's going to have to jump in the car soon if he wants to lay down a lap. Right now, I'm keeping an eye on the 67 of Andrew Williams. As we know, a very determined driver here. Last week didn't necessarily go according to plan, but hopefully this week looking a little bit better. In practice, he was 3rd on the speed charts, and he's putting down his qualifying lap right now, so we'll give you an update as soon as he crosses the line. Coming down to it right now. 30.247 he has. Only good enough for 12th, but we have seen a lot of drivers pick up on that second lap, so we'll see if he can move himself up into the top 5 on this one here.
Yeah, I think the 247 for the opening lap was about as good, or if not better, than Chad Barker did on his opening lap. So interesting to see what he can do. Oh, actually, he blowed it up.
Yeah.
Nah, he was just putting a lot of wheel into it, just sliding that front tire.
Really I think that is blown up because that smoke came out and he is going down on speed. He's not stopping at all, but wow. What a time.
Terribly unfortunate.
Yeah. Lucky enough to get that first lap in, but only able to sit 12th right now. And we do see Sean Brightsman just now heading out on track. Again, a reminder, came in late as always, so we don't have any kind of idea what kind of speed he has with no practice in play. So we'll see what kind of time he can put down.
I just noticed also pulling in the helicopter right behind Brightsman here was Michael Hessler. He's run a couple of races with us. He is also showing up just a touch late, but hopefully he can bust out a lap or two real quick for himself as Sean Brightsman is taking the green for his first time around.
And as we're watching the 46 roll around the track here on his first qualifying lap, I'm going to do a quick recap of the points real quick. Of course, Mark Walz in the lead right now with a 73-point advantage over D. Palmer. That would be the 23 truck, who's qualified 6th right now. Scott Hutchinson right behind them, 105 points behind Mark Walz. William Fletcher 115 and John Ottenbacher is 127 markers back off the lead. So basically Mark Walz has just got to start maybe the next 2 or 3 races and he's pretty much wrapped up the championship, as long as he doesn't have, you know, big problems in the next 2 or 3 races. And we're going to watch this 46 come off of turn 4. Let's see what kind of time he's got.
Yeah, speaking of no problems, that first lap for him was insanely fast, so no doubt this second lap should be much, much better. And he does. He jumps up into 6th. Wow. What a couple of laps after having no practice.
That man can wheel a race car.
He didn't really pick up as much as Barker and Fletcher did on their second laps, but still a good pickup. Almost cracking the top 5.
Yeah, he actually only picked up a tenth of a second. Barely even a tenth of a second, but that was enough to jump about 4 spots. And I don't think that will bother him too much. I think he definitely picked up enough speed. He's up into the top 10 right now, and I think that will suit him well come race time.
Mark Walz had a poor qualifying effort here. That's your championship points leader. He's back here, all the way back in 14th. He, let me see what his spotter said here earlier. He said, blew her up. So, too much tape on the front of that Silverado that he runs.
Yeah, I saw some smoke from his car, but I was wondering if it was actually just from coming to a dead stop, but I just caught it right on the tail end, but that makes perfect sense. And we had a couple of guys decide to not put in a qualifying lap. Not surprising. Scott Hutchinson doesn't always do that. Scott Kukas is the other gentleman, as well as Eric Bolton. This will be his second race total this season, so he'll be starting from the back. And of course, Michael Hessler coming in very, very late. Last driver in will also not get in a lap.
I actually don't see the hauler for the 9 or the 91 sitting in the infield. So we're gridding up here. Doesn't look like that they are going to join us here. Odd.
Very odd to say the least, but I'm actually very interested. Dan Stucci actually put in a time of 29.930, and that is enough for 5th on the field. It's a new driver getting up there and in the mix in the top 5, so that's really good to see.
Yes, Juicy for quite a while has kind of been one of the Ryan Mains, Ottenbacher, and those guys running in the mid pack, and it's great to see him bust out a top 5 qualifying effort.
And we're going to give you your starting grid here at Kansas. On pole, Mr. Twinkies, Chad Barker, and the number 18 Walz Beard Co. machine. To his outside, the 28 of William Fletcher. Drew Lalonde, last week's winner, is rolling off in position number 3. 4th goes to the 1 of Wayne Hutchinson, and Stussy in 5th. And Sean Breachman is going to be rolling off in 6th. 7th went to D. Palmer. 8th is Gary LaViolette. 9th is Ryan Mains. And rounding out the top 10 is the 10 of Andy Vogt. Carl Burke in 11th. John Ottenbacher in 12th. Andrew Williams in 13th. Mark Walz in 14th. Ray Partridge in 15th. 16th goes to Kip Leo. Scott Hutchinson is not going to be joining us. Neither is the 9 of Eric Bolton. So, in 17th would be Michael Hessler in 065 of Scott Kukas in 20th.
Yeah, interesting enough, the number 9 of Eric Bolton and the 91 of Scott Hutchinson both not putting down a qualifying lap, not in the race, not starting. They both practice. They both have practice speeds, but neither of them deciding to come out for the race.
Yeah, definitely an odd occurrence there, because normally at least the 91, because 91's been racing with us all season. This will be his first, did not start, so out of the 13, he's made it to 12. And pace car is getting ready to come off turn 4, heading down pit lane. 18 of Chad Barker has control of the field. Waiting for it. Flagman has the green flag in his hand. Green flag is out in the air, and we are underway here at Kansas.
Lalonde making an early move, looking on the inside of Chad Barker, looking for a leader spot.
Yeah, he tasted victory last week, and he did not want to give that up. He wants it all for himself, and he's going to take that top spot fairly easily. It looks like our top 5 have gone single file, but double file back here in the back.
And Chad Barker,
side by side.
Chad Barker just dominated right past the 31, back up to the front. 1 lap, 2 leaders. Here we go.
Interesting enough, and I'm going to go right back to him. Wayne Hutchinson in the 1 car, side by side with the 23 of D. Palmer. Ooh, the 1 losing a lot of time there. Looks like he moved up on the track. That is going to hurt the 68. Gary LaViolette really hard. 3 wide they are. Gary, Andy Vogt in the 10, and the 089 of John Ottenbacher. Ooh,
got
tough
a little
racing
battle
here.
Yeah, battle up front here for second position. 28 of William Fletcher driving under Drew Lalonde there to take back the second position. Going to set his sights on the 18 and the lead. Drew Lalonde falling back, almost scraped the wall in turn 3 last lap. Got the 18 and the 31 running the high side. 31's going to get the momentum coming off of 2 and is going to basically drive by the 28 here. Just about.
Fletcher's going to have to be careful. It's incredibly tempting to power your truck through these turns, but with the temperature that we've got today at a 78-degree track, That's going to be really grippy up front. It's going to wear those tires out. He's going to wear those tires completely out by a lot 10, 15, and he's going to be fighting to keep a hold of it.
It looks like the top three have really broken away from the pack, and you have Dan Stucci sitting there easily in fourth. But back behind them, another pack of three. Ryan Main, Sean Breitzman, and John Odenbacher all driving together. Single file for just a moment as John Odenbacher, 089, trying to get on the inside of the 46. He will across the line. Oh, it looks like John might have had it by just an inch there.
Yeah, he's definitely looking racy out here. Starting in 12th, already up to P6 right now as he's running on the track. 46 doesn't get a good run off of here. Looks like he's going to squeeze up in front of Breitzman right there. Breitzman going to give a little shot to Odenbacher. And they're going to roll around in the high groove here, right behind the 17 of Ryan Maines. Got Andy Vogt trying to make his way up here with Mark Walz in tow behind the 10 truck here, fighting with the 67 side by side back here.
Yeah, I cannot take my eyes off that 29 and 67 there side by side. The 67 drifting up in the corner, trying to catch it on the backstretch. They'll go. 29 looks like he had a little bit of pace there, but the 67 now pulling back on them. Andy Vogt barely in front of these guys. Wants to see them keep fighting so he can probably pull away, but he just lost so much speed off the fourth turn there. Like he's trying to find which lane he wants to block. Ooh, pinches the 29 on the high side. The 67 looks like he has an open door, but even he moves up in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, ooh, 6-7 with a little wobble coming off of 2 there. Not the preferred line down there on the bottom of the racetrack as the 29 is going to take it high to the high side on the 10 of Andy Vogt here. Mark Walz looking to take over the 8th position. Not going to do so as I'm looking at the 17 and the 089 in front of them. But side by side for about the last 3 laps here. Ottenbacher and Maines not giving anybody any kind of room here. 089 is going to slip back off the bottom here. Going to get in line with the 17 going down the backstretch.
Yeah, for the most part, it looks like we're going single file mostly through the field here. It's just a couple of drivers having a little bit of problem through the corner, and they're sliding up already. Oh, the 46 pinching the 29 up off the corner. 29's going to easily take it low on him. Has the spot for now, but it's going to have to dive into turn 1 here.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are going to have to seriously look at their tire conservations. 8, 9 laps into this race already, you can already watch some of these guys getting loose. Setup's not perfect. Running these tires out, they're going to be slipping and sliding and beating and banging. We're going to be going caution before too much longer goes by.
Yeah, I really wouldn't be surprised, and I'm truly interested by the 29. Remember, Mark Walz did not have a great qualifying lap, not good at all, but he is easily moving up through this field. I'd like to see if he can get past these other 2 cars in front of him. That is the 17 and the 089, still fighting. 089 trying to take it side by side with the 17. He's going to drift up in the corner. Oh, and the 67. Cole has to catch it out of the corner there, and that is going to slow up the 1 car. Wayne Hutchinson as well as the 10. Ooh, Andy Vogt caught on the outside there. Got to be careful.
Yeah, he made the smart move there, backing out and not trying to force it 3 wide in turn 3 there. It's a little bit too early in the race for that, but he's going to fall victim to the 88 of Ray Partridge back here. Going to the inside of the 10, heading into turn 1. 67 on the inside of the 1 car as well. Right in front of them.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting dynamic we have tonight. We have the 1 car, Wayne Hutchinson, normally a fast racer, stuck in the back of the pack. John Odenbacher, Sean Breitzman, Mark Walz, all stuck mid to lower in the pack, and so they're trying to make their way through this traffic. A lot of tough competition tonight.
Looks like everything is sorting itself out back there. Still have a pretty decent battle for the lead here. Oh, 28's in the wall coming off of 2.
Ooh, wow, 67 could not have been more loose. Wow, Andrew Williams off that corner had to steer clear. We almost had 3 different drivers hit him, but luckily he caught it. He's just fallen back into the 14th spot. They were spread out just a little bit. He's back up to speed. No caution.
William Fletcher was riding in the 3rd position all the way back to 9th spot now after hitting the wall coming out of turn 2. He's been hitting the wall here the last couple of laps, and it just finally caught him the right way and slowed him down enough to where he lost all of his momentum. So he's in danger of falling out of the top 10 now. And Dan Stussy in the 11 all the way up to third, messing around with Drew Lalonde here for the second position. What happened to Lalonde? Gonna look back here. Yeah. Lalonde got loose coming out of 2 on that last lap.
Oh, 17 in the wall, guys. Sorry, Ryan Main, 17. Way into the wall. Pancake it. Oh, and the 11. Sideways.
Very loose.
We are about to have a caution here. It has not come out yet, but we are on lap 15, and these guys are absolutely losing it on these tires. And I cannot stop seeing people. Oh, and now I'm thinking 0-8 and 9. Down Ottenbacher into the wall. Wow, heavy into the wall there.
Oh, and
46 into the wall. Wow.
Okay,
no caution.
18's got some go-go gadget oil slick coming out the back of his truck or something. These boys all over the place.
And the 53 trying to avoid Sean Brightsman, the 53 of Carl Burke into the wall. Wow.
That's this. And there's our caution.
Oh, man.
That's one thing I know looking at this track. Kansas is such a deceptive track. It looks like you can drive it big, but you can't. You got to be smart and control that car.
Kip Leo involved as well. 67 came down off the track coming off of 4 and clipped the 16 a little bit. That Hungry Dragon machine going to have a little bit of right side damage to it.
Yep, but I cannot stress this enough how much that helps the 46 Sean Brightsman. He was about to come into pit lane, and the 67 spun in front of the entrance, so he had to stay out, and luckily he's going to pit here.
Watching the field catching up. We're just on board with the 67 as he was losing it.
Yeah, you saw him come off the corner there, just getting so loose. Started spinning to the bottom, and that's when Kip Leo got into his front, and they just spun out, and nothing the 67 could do once he started spinning.
So, I know for sure that everybody is screaming at their crew chief, give me 4 fresh Goodyear Wranglers right now. Stat.
Right. And the one person not shouting that, the 29 of Mark Walz sitting P3.
Yeah, interesting enough, he's actually P2 coming on pit lane here. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but Drew Lalonde actually lost a spot in between all the excitement in the back, but they are all coming down pit lane. Not one car is staying out, and that's not surprising.
Oh, yeah, man. Tighten these things up, get some rubber on them, and let's go back racing.
And the 18 slid through a stall a little bit.
Oh, Mr. Twink, you went for an extra reach for that extra Mr. Ho-Ho fall down. Oh, and
the 11 did as well, and he's rolling off pit road, no service. Mark Walz coming off. I believe he took 2 tires. 31's off. 31's going to beat the 18 off pit road. 17, 1 and 28 right behind him. That's weird. We're going to see the 11 not being able to take any service. He's going to have to come back down if he wants them 4 freshies. Also have the 68 of LaViolette out on the racing surface. And 68 and the 11 are coming back down to pit road now.
Yeah, the 68 just missed his stall. Didn't try stopping at all. He noticed he missed it. Instead of wasting time, he's just going to come right back in with the 11.
And that's a little heartbreaking for the 11. I mean, running really good here early on in the running. We're working on lap 19 of 100.
And I can verify the 67 of Andrew Williams did use, of course, his not Lucky Dog, but his fast repair. He used that, so he is done for the day if he gets into another accident, as well as Kip Leo. Kip Leo, the 16, also used their fast repair.
Andrew Williams is talking to his spotter about being on a backup computer for the simulation race here. Looks like he is not using his primary equipment.
Well, as we have the pace car rolling through turns 3 and 4, the new leader, 29, Mark Walz, out front with Drew Lalonde, who is outside. They are going to bring the field to the flag stand and get the green flag here in a second. There he goes. He's off. Green flag back out into the air. Big jump
is
for the
he
29.
off? Wow. Yeah. He's been launched out of the cannon, and we have a battle for second right now. It's Drew Lalonde on the outside. Chad Barker, the 18, looks like Chad's easily going to take that spot. Drew Lalonde drifting back to a battle for fourth. Oh, 3 wide, the 17, 28, and 089. You see him. What a battle we have here for fourth on the track. Got to be careful here. 3 wide doesn't always work on this type of track.
Yeah, Ottenbacher kind of forced the issue there, trying to get into fourth. Ryan Maines is a little loose coming off the turn. Still side by side, heading down the front stretch. Going into turn 1, this is going to get hairy.
Yeah, Ottenbacher cleared them all, but he's going to have to carry that momentum off the corner. The 1 car diving in there, going to take it 2 wide on 28 of William Fletcher. Now the 17 is going to go crossover move on the 089 of John Ottenbacher.
I'm looking forward to the end of the race and seeing a couple slide jobs happen here, as the 1 is pulling up to the bumper of the 089 here. Looking like the 089 is going to go back to the inside of Ryan Maines. Good battle for fourth here.
Yeah, a very close battle. I mean, we just had pit stops, and they're still sliding all over the place. That high line is good, but that low line will give you a little bit of momentum into the corner. But like you just said, slide job. We're going to be seeing a lot of those today.
I raced an official race earlier this week here at Kansas, and it didn't end well. But
oh, the 68, sorry. Gary Violet turns Michael Hessler. They end up catching each other, but that's going to slow up the pack behind. Ooh, Sean Breitzman just getting through this. Turned him just a little bit, but he actually saved it because they were wrecking into each other, and they straightened each other out. No caution.
And at that same time, Ottenbacher is falling back behind quite a few cars, letting them go by. I don't know if he got a little loose there, what happened in the middle of that pack as well. But everyone kind of scattered, got around him, and he's back under power and back to racing again.
Yeah, side by side for fourth and sixth back here. Have the 1 and the 17, the 10 and 089. 10's going to concede the spot, going to try to dive it in there. Ottenbacher using the 3/4 lane, as I like to call it. Good drive off. He's gonna, well, not as good a drive as I thought he got. Still has a 10 to the inside here. 1's still on the inside of the 17 in front of these guys. 1's going to take it way deep into the turn and try to slide up in front of the 17 as they exit corner number 2.
Yeah, and at the same time, oh wow, Andy Vogt did the same exact thing to the 089, but unlike the 1, did not have any room to close the door. And that forces the 089 to get out of whack a little bit, trying to take it on the low side. Oh, wow. Back behind them. Side by side, the 67 coming back with a head of steam. Andrew Williams passing the 28 of William Fletcher, who is just falling back further and further into this race we go. The 67 now up to 8th position as he looks at this battle in front of him. Just now, Andy Vogt clears the 089 on the high side that time. Get that big run off the corner there. And the 10 now up to 6th position.
Getting close to the window of these guys having, you know, amazing grip in the rear end and having no grip in the rear end. Definitely going to be interesting as we had a little bit of a battle for second up there, but nothing too spectacular.
Yeah, we've been watching the front battle here. 29 of Mark Walz has tail slapped that wall already twice this run. And Mark, the 18 and the 31 have both been able to close up and catch on his bumper again.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the 28 of William Fletcher right now, side by side with the 88 of Ray Partridge. This is a battle for 9th on the track. And again, William Fletcher, just the further we go into this race, just falling further and further back. We did see him get into the wall early on. Don't know, I don't think he used his fast repair, so he will still have some damage on the right side of that truck.
Yeah,
William Fletcher now back to 10th.
Gonna go one spot behind him, somebody that we haven't shown any love to yet tonight. The 23, D. Palmer, in a new ride here. Sarge's place on the Chevrolet there this evening in Exalta colors.
Yeah, that is a fantastic paint job that he's got on there this week.
I don't know if he just doesn't have the right setup underneath the hood or what's going on, but he's been hanging out in the back here. I mean, you know, last couple of weeks we've seen him top 5 easily. So I don't know if he's just holding on to something or, you know, just waiting because he knows these guys get extremely loose here.
Yeah, and I'm going to go back to, Michael Hessla and Gary LaViolette. They are side by side again, and I am very curious to watch this battle because of what happened early on. Looks like Gary has the speed, keeps trying to get by Michael, but Michael's just not giving up that spot. You see Gary diving into that corner. He will ride that white line all the way down the bottom, drifting up here. Doesn't have to spot just yet. You see it. Going to lose a little bit of speed riding that bottom there.
Yeah, the 117 there, just about tank slapped the wall going into turn 1. He's running dangerously close up there. He's using the bubble, you know, almost to the extreme extent.
Yeah, would not be the first car we've seen do that today.
Yeah.
The high line, the first 10 laps on a run with fresh tires is the fastest way around this track. Once those tires start going away, you got to move it down into that lane below. Else you are in danger of smacking that wall.
Yeah, I'm actually got my eyes been caught. The 10 car of Andy Vogt just got a shot, and I mean a bumper shot on the backstretch on a straightaway from the 089 of John Odenbach. I'm not quite sure what that was about. An interesting little hit there, kind of saying, hey, I'm here, let me go. And you see him out down on the bottom there trying to take that spot away from Andy Vogt. Again, I'm not quite sure why that was, but you see him drifting up in the corner there. Yep, it's about that time for tires, and you see now Andrew Williams going to take advantage of that on the high side. Side by side they are, and this would be for 7th position.
And it looked like we have a spicy meatball brewing up here for the lead here. 29, Mark Walz, 18, Chad Barker. Barker on the bumper of the 29 here. The 1, Wayne Hutchinson out of left field here. Passing Drew Lalonde on the outside. Chad Barker measuring up the 29. Let's see if he can try to get around him here in the next couple laps or so.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier on that it was funny that the 29 and the 1 were back in the pack and were actually running mid-pack at best. And all of a sudden, they are up front, 1st and 3rd. They hold on the track, and we always end up seeing them towards the end, but after that first caution, they wasted no time getting to the front.
Yeah, I mean, Chad Barker is holding his ground pretty well. He's about 15 100ths of a second off of Mark Walz the last 3 or 4 laps here.
Ooh, the 10 spinning, yeah, on the backstretch. Ooh, hold it there. Oh, just saves it off the wall, off the inside wall there, but he got extremely loose. He was right on the outside of the 67, out of turn 2, I believe. Yes, indeed. Ooh, heavy contact there. Looks like it was net code, heavy net code, with the 67 out of turn 2.
He's charging back up through the field, guys. Well, I mean, he was probably catching the tail end, but gonna see what's gonna happen here. He might not be too happy about that.
Yeah, that caution was out for the 10 car. Heavy spin there. Yeah, we will absolutely see everyone come back in again. After a couple laps, these tires just are absolutely shot.
Yeah, for the most part, this run was a lot cleaner than the last run. These guys made some adjustments under the pit stops, got a little smarter. Everyone the first run was driving very hard, fighting for positions. Now we're going to see what the pit crews can do. Everyone hit their spots correctly. Let's see if they can make up some spots and make some accurate corrections.
And we're seeing the 29 into his pit stall right there. Getting the right sides right now. I'm expecting 4 tires for everybody up and down pit road here. as we've pretty much ran the exact same distance as we did on the first run. We ran 15 green flag laps, and we ran pretty much another 15 green flag laps. And Walz is out first. Oh, race between 1 and 18. 18 is going to beat him off of pit road here. 31 in 4th. 67 back up to 5th with the 88 in 6th.
Yeah, what a fantastic stop by that 67 crew. A 12.9, it looks like. 12.9 for me. What an insane stop for him. That picked up a few spots. That will move him up to 5th.
And biggest loser on that exchange would be the 17, Ryan Maines, from 5th to 7th. He's been holding his own up there, running top 5 pretty much all day. So very impressive run out of the 17 camp yet again. Pretty much second week in a row here.
Yeah, the 17 and the 10 have entered into a team for sharing information, getting their setups dialed up. I think the two of those guys are really starting to show they're capable of running with the Dog Bear guys as independents that are kind of sort of teammates.
And Ray Partridge, first race back here in a while, up to P6 right now. After starting 15th, he is your biggest mover of the race so far, up 9 positions. Well, besides Mark Walz, but we all know about Walz.
Speaking of Walz, he is still running that tribute to Dale Earnhardt Sr., that fantastic, what we were calling last week, the nice clown paint job, but we're going to harass Mr. Walz here, and but it's a fantastic scheme. Of course, sporting the Walz Beard Co. paint scheme, which I know the Walz Beard Co. just released a new fragrance in their beard, teakwood balm. So if you are out looking for a new beard balm, check out the Walz Beard Co. Check out their teakwood balm.
Yeah, real quick, Sean Bryceman, want to cover him. He is starting in the back. He actually did not use his fast repair. Remember, he spun out, hit the wall heavy. He has not used his fast repair, so he'll be riding in the back here with a little bit of damage. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, 29 again with the control. He's gone. Green flag back out into the air. Not as big a pull as he had last restart, but still. Going to clear everybody by a couple truck lengths here going into turn 1.
And Wayne Hutchinson got a fantastic start over Chad Barker. If he can make this inside line stick, he will be able to solidly take P2, which he does close that hole.
Chad Barker going to fight back to the inside here, going into 3 and 4. Diving it to the bottom, as well as the 67. Andrew Williams back up front here. Fighting for P4, now P3. Chad Barker's going to get the second position away from the 1. 1 and 67 side by side, heading off into turn 1 here.
Yeah, you've got those good tires, so you're going to want to use them, and that is exactly what the 67 is doing right now. A great pit stop got him up to 5th, and he has now moved into the 3rd position, passing the 1 of Wayne Hutchinson.
Andrew Williams, again, had a fantastic practicing. Unfortunately, blew his motor in qualifying. I cannot talk again. But he is showing the speed, and he's able to get it back up there again with the Dog Bear Racers.
And Wayne Hutchinson looking for 2. Passes the 67, going into turn 1, side by side with 18, coming off of turn 2, heading down the backstretch, going to lose the momentum to the high side with the 18 there. Going to dive it back into 3.
Oh, sorry guys, the 88 of Ray Partridge, he is spinning, just now caught it, and a bunch of people had to slow down for that, including the 11 car of Dan Stucci. Wow, tough break for him. Caution is not out.
Yep, 88 all by himself, but in traffic. Looks like he just overcorrected at some point and just kissed the wall enough to upset that 88 Harley-Davidson Chevrolet.
I cannot explain how good of a save that was. That was a phenomenal save. And I tell you who is blessing God for that man's talent is the 10 car of Andy Vogt. The 88 was inches away from turning back into the 10, but because he caught that truck, the 10 continued on clean as ever. So really, really, really good catch by that 88 of Ray Partridge.
And back up front, still side by side, the 1 and the 18. Hutchinson, he's battling pretty hard on the inside here. Going to run the middle lane, try to squeeze the 1 into the wall here. or the 18, excuse me, 18, a little bit squirrely coming off turn 4, but they are catching the 29 as well, running side by side.
Yeah,
And
these
bringing
speeds
the
are so
67 with them.
close. I mean, these tires are making these speeds so close. All of these guys having fast times here. You see, ooh, that crossover move, the 18, now on the inside of the 1 car. And it looks like the 29, like you said, is not pulling away, even though these trucks are side by side. It goes to show you the talent these guys have keeping up with Mark Walz now towards the end of the season.
I believe he almost had a fender there. 18 just about to the inside of the 29 coming off a 4.
But as we've seen the last 2 runs now, it's all good and all fun and good until the first 8 laps, and then it starts to go away.
31. Drew Lalonde out of whack there. The 17 and the 089 caught up to him in mid-corner. They are 3 wide for just a moment. Drew Lalonde smacked that wall eventually. That is why he got out of whack. You see the 17 car going to pass him, but slow up on the top. Now the 31 trying to come back down. He will. He's got a fender in there. You see it across the line. Side by side they will go, and this is for a spot. This is for 6 on the track. Sorry.
Yeah, got a little bit of right side damage to that 31 machine. Gonna lose the momentum coming off of 2 there. 17's gonna clear him, but back up front. They're finally single file. 18 looking to get to the inside of the 29 here. Not gonna be able to get there. He's about a truck length off of the bumper of the 29 machine. But from 5th on back, I mean, we have a whole gaggle of trucks, excuse me, fighting hard. 3 wide. Ooh. Coming off the turn. 28 in the middle, 10 to the inside, 31 on the outside. Not going to be good here.
Yeah, this is absolutely hectic right now. These guys worn these tires out just a little bit after the start. Oh! You see him.
31
sideways. Got into the corner there. Got into the wall heavy.
Oh, it's 11 would do.
Wow. How did they miss him?
You couldn't put a stick of juicy fruit between them 2 bumpers.
It looks like the 59 got into the wall trying to dodge the 31, but other than that, that is all of the cars involved in that accident. The 31 just getting into the outside wall there, caught the 28. The 28 actually turned him, turned that bumper, and he hit the wall, and that is when he spun.
Oh, I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, right at the same time that was happening, I was watching a couple of the drivers in the back. Carl Burke running with the 11 of Stussy. Almost everybody, the last 5-6 cars in this field, all the rear ends were doing the exact same thing. They were all out from underneath the backside of each one of those trucks.
Okay, and spotters are feuding right now.
Yeah, a little heated action going on in the spotter stand up there.
Yeah, the 28 who actually caused that caution there, got 3 wide, was questioning the other drivers. Why would you put us 3 wide? It makes no sense. But you were about halfway this time across the line, so you have to be careful here. And it really just was way too much 3 wide with all those tires down.
And again, we should see everybody take full service here. I might see somebody in the back, like maybe a Kip Leo, or I don't think we'll see Kukas do it, but maybe Kip Leo, Ray Partridge, Stussy, or Carl Burke. Maybe take 2, try to gain a little bit of track position. But you never know.
Anybody's going to try that tonight.
No, you had 9 green laps on those tires, and absolutely not one of them would not come in and want fresh tires there. But interesting, I see a few guys had some quick stops here. Looks like the 67 again had a great stop. Ooh, looks like the 1 beat him off of the lane there, but he's going to be in 4th, and John Odenbacher back up into the top 5, sitting there in 5th off the pit lane.
And it looks like the 31, Drew Lalonde, is just going to sit there and try to repair as much damage as he possibly can. As well as the 53, Carl Burke, still on pit road as well. In a Purelator truck. Still rocking the Darlington throwback. Somebody needs to really send that team a memo. The thing updated me.
And if I saw that correctly, Sean Brightsman up to 9th after using his fast repair. Again, if I saw that correctly, he used his fast repair, so he has none left for this race. Up into 9th, has to get through this traffic cleanly if he wants a good finish up front.
It's pretty much been the same faces in the same places this whole race. I mean, you know, you got your Mark Walz, your Chad Barker, Wayne Hutchinson towards the front. You know, Ottenbacher, Maine, Vogt staying between 5th and 10th. Brightsman and Williams are the only two that really have been from the back to the front per se here, running in the running order. And of course, you got your usual suspects in the back of the field as well. But I mean, this is proven to be a lot tougher race than I can imagine what half these guys thought it was going to be.
And while we're under caution here, mad props to Michael Heslow. I think is second start with the series here. He is running a solid top 10 tonight. And mad props to the fantastic livery that he's running, supporting the pink ribbon.
He's supporting a lot more than that. Green flag back out into the air here.
Here we go. He's definitely driving hard from the rear.
Yeah, he's sliding into the top 10 now.
All right, gentlemen. I am going to call the race as I see it. Mark Walz, great start there, but looks like not the best drive through that first turn. And the 1 side by side with the 18. This is for second on the track. See that 18 drifting up a little bit.
Just behind them, Vogt and 46 of Brightsman both contact each other, trying to pass the 17. Very hard contact. Both of them able to save it.
Very good to see because both of them are very fast this race.
Look at that 089. He's all the way back up in fourth position. John Ottenbacher. Oh, battle for the lead here. Wayne Hutchinson on the inside of Mark Walz. Going into turn 3, you got Chad Barker in tow as well. One's going to dive it to the bottom. Going to try the third slide drive on the 29. Not going to be able to close the door. He does close the door. Crossover.
But just barely. He leaves the bottom open, and that will leave him open for the crossover move, and that 29 will try and close it here into the corner. He has it, but he's got to slide up. That 18 going to follow him right through. The 18 now has it cleared. Let's see if he closes the door. He absolutely will. And that 1 car losing a lot of speed on the outside, and that is going to take the 089 of John Ottenbacher now, going below him for the 3rd spot, and still a race for the lead. The 18 and the 29 side by side. Now, they almost touched. I don't believe they did, but it was very close across the line. And the 18 has the bumper for now.
Now where's the 117 when you need him as...
Right?
All right, I'm done. You got the 18 losing the momentum on the bottom side here to Mark Walz. Mark Walz will take that spot back over, but 089 working on the high side. He's looking for P2.
Look at this, 5 trucks all under a blanket right here, and this is your top 5 on the track. Looks like the 29 finally is clear of the 18, but we've got side-by-side action with 089 on the outside of the 1 of Wayne Hutchinson. All these fast trucks going 089 into the wall.
Behind the 10 in the wall as well. Andy Vogt going to drop a couple positions, but we're still up here looking at the battle for second. Man, this is getting intense.
Yeah, got to be careful here. That 67, he took advantage of the 089, get into the wall at 67. Very aggressive. The 089 almost putting his fender to the back of the 67, decides better of it, as he should. 44 laps to go on the inside. We've got a battle for second and fourth here. Looks like Wayne Hutchinson will take second away, just barely drifting up, trying to close the door of that 18. Will pull the crossover move. Nope. Deciding better of it, actually giving the 1 a good shot on the backstretch.
Yeah, Walz is pulling away just a little bit, inching away here, while these guys behind him are battling. He's loving his rearview mirror right now. But now, not so much, as they are single file. Top 6, actually. Brightsman is in this mix as well.
Yeah, Brightsman coming back up through the field in 6th position. And by the way, I checked in with Drew Lalonde. Drew Lalonde, heavy damage on his truck. He is all the way back to 17th. second to last car on the lead lap. He has not used his fast repair, so he thinks there's another caution coming out. And because of that, he wants to wait and use his fast repair for the end of this race.
While things have settled down here in the front, looking towards the back of the pack, there is some good battles going on. Again, these mid-pack drivers, a fantastic job. D. Palmer leading a little 5-pack battle with Andrew Vogt, the 88, and looks like we've got the 28 of Fletcher, and coming in the rear, looks like that's Tesla.
Yeah, side by side, the 10 will go with the 88. Remember, the 88 saved it beautifully. Saved the 10 earlier in the race. Ooh, a little bit of a touch there might have been. Got to be careful here. Still got 41 laps to go. Side by side, this is only for a battle for 13th position. That 10 car still losing spots after getting into the wall. Really trying to hang on here and see if the caution will come out.
And let's slide on back here. Give the 16 Kip Leo a little airtime here. Not having a great race. Got caught up in an earlier wreck between him and the 67 getting loose in front of him, and then you had the 53 Carl Burke just fixing his damage. Still rolling back here in the 16th position.
Oh, sorry guys, the 28 of William Fletcher and the 117 of Michael Tesla, both of them heavy into the wall. They both were able to save it, but those right sides are toast for those two. But they didn't lose any position, still holding 13th and 14th on the track here.
Fletcher had a great qualifying effort, just has not had the race that he needed to have here tonight. Still in 4th in points.
Yeah, gotta highlight this, guys. Chad Barker, the 18, all the way back to 7th position right now. Falling back, and he's battling the 17. The 17 already passed him. The 18 trying to do a crossover move, but just can't get there.
As it comes across the line, we'll check to see if we have any right side damage, which looks to be the culprit. Pretty substantial right front damage to the 18 machine. That
Yeah,
Walz rear code.
He lost it coming out of 2, just misjudged the exit and nailed the wall.
Oh,
Good
D.
amount of
Palmer in the
force.
wall. 23 back here, going to back up to the 88, just trying to take the high side too seriously.
Yeah, just looking back to that 18. That 18, he hit the wall for just a moment, but could not straighten that car out, and actually hit it another 2 times. That is why it's pancaked so much. Got a lot of right side damage there.
Yeah, that's going to hurt aerodynamics, and his handling as well is going to suffer quite dramatically.
But there's really no reason for him to have used his fast repair early on. So again, he's joining Drew Lalonde and waiting for the end of the race to use that quick repair, and hopefully that'll work out for him, because I do believe we'll have another caution here.
And because of the 18's misfortunes, you had the 67 and 46 capitalizing, moving up to 3rd and 4th respectively, hanging about a second behind our leader, Mark Walz, with Wayne Hutchinson in total about 0.3 of a second back. We do have our first casualty of the race. Carl Burke has decided to hang up the virtual helmet.
Ooh, sorry.
Ooh,
68. Gary
Violet.
LaViolet. Heavy turn off the corner there. I don't know how he saved that truck, but he did,
Barker
just
as well.
alone by himself in the middle of the corner. Just got loose, drifted, and caught that car. Maybe his bumper kissed the wall, but if he did, it was very, very low damage. And the 18, he used his brakes so heavily because of that, and actually lost
Caution.
2 spots.
Caution is out. Car in the wall. This looks like it is. Oh, Brightsman
Ooh,
in the wall. Hard
Brightsman,
out
yep.
of 2.
Absolutely spun up on the high side, sitting there waiting for the cars to pass. And again, all by himself. The same exact situation we just saw with Gary LaViolet. But in this case, he slammed on those brakes and just turned himself around into the corner.
Yeah, he got into the throttle. Once he got back into the throttle in the middle of the corner, it just brought that 46 machine around. Tough break, just got back up towards the front as well.
Well, and there's the caution that the 31 and the 18 were looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a couple of guys are going to possibly use their fast repair now. I mean, we have 33 laps to go once they start pitting here, and because of that, we've seen a caution about every 15 laps if we can expect it. So could this be possibly too early to use that fast repair? because you never, ever know.
If you're already hurting for damage, you are totally taking that fast repair now and just hoping that you don't get involved in the next inevitable wreck.
Well, that's what I'm curious about, because Drew Lalonde just has so much heavy damage on his truck, and you saw him. He was on the tail end of that lap, but he held on, and he decided not to use his fast repair that last time. So, again, he could possibly use it now, and we'll have about 30 laps to go once we get the green flag here. So I have to keep a watch on these guys.
Everybody hitting their marks, getting 4 fresh tires on these trucks here tonight. 29 down and away, 67 down and away. Looking for the one extended stop for the one. 089 is going to get around him on pit road. John Eidenbacher with a great stop. And you have Wayne Hutchinson behind them. D. Palmer up to P5 now.
Interesting change of events we've had. And yeah, he had a pretty decent stop, 13.8, got him up into the top 5, and it looks like Drew Lalonde did indeed use his fast repair, but the 46 of Sean Breitzman did not. Sean Breitzman did not use his fast repair.
I believe he used his earlier. Not entirely too sure. I'm pretty sure the 46 used his earlier in the race.
Well, this is definitely going to shake things up coming in with 30 to go. We'll be going green at about 68 to go. We are more than likely going to have at least one more caution, one more round of really good pit stops and opportunities to use up that quick repair. 32 laps. Oh yeah.
I just called in to see if I can get a quick clarification with the spotter and the crew chief on the 46 of Sean Breitzman, and he did indeed use his fast repair actually 2 cautions ago. So the caution before he wrecked, he used his fast repair. So unfortunately, he is done with his fast repairs tonight, so he'll be dealing with that damage the rest of the night. But Drew Lalonde didn't. Drew Lalonde saved his for the end. So Drew Lalonde has a clean car. We'll see if he can charge back up through the pack. And that is going to be very interesting to watch here.
Got a couple of fast trucks stuck in the back here. You got the 18, Chad Barker, in 10th right now. Andy Vogt in 11th. And a couple of guys we haven't seen towards the front here all too much tonight. Gary LaViolette running P8. So his night's starting to turn around for him. And, of course, D. Palmer sitting in 5th.
Yeah, I think it would be easily expected for the 29 to get a good jump here. And if he does, watching this 67 versus this 089 might be the battle of the race, because both of these gentlemen really, really want a good finish, and they will try their best to get it. We know the 67, how he drives. We know he's very aggressive, and we'll see if he starts using that all the way on this restart, or if he leaves a little space here just to try to get clean.
Apparently spotters are talking about a teriyaki recipe.
I'm looking at the Hungry Dragon sauce and its multiple uses.
I said I was done with the jokes. I'm done.
Well, one particular joke we were done with. But no, we can pun this out.
Well, I mean, they're in the same row. Green flag is out.
And you do need to be a Hungry Dragon.
And as I said, the 29 jumping out with an easy start there. Ooh, the 23 diving in there on the one car of Wayne Hutchinson. He is trying that bottom. It looks like he's going to force his way on the inside of the 67. Andrew Williams pushing him up. He's trying to take this 3rd spot. Oh, almost touching. They're going to get close here.
Caution.
We've got a caution already, and I believe that is for, yes, indeed, the 065 of Scott Kugas.
And the
Multiple trucks involved.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was for the 16. Oh, the 16 absolutely body slammed that 117 of Michael Hessler. The 16 was actually a product of side by side, drifted up into the corner. Michael Hessler was there and tried to come out and just absolutely slammed into the 117. 117 and 16 heavy damage there.
And I would suggest riding on board with the 065 on that one. Because he was so close. So close.
Yeah, apologies to Scott Kukas. He was not involved in that at all. He was just off track trying to dodge that. So good on him to dodge that wreck.
And here it is, the onboard 065.
I mean, they just absolutely got into each other. You saw our drifted up off the corner. That 16, Kip Leo just drifting up after being side by side. The 117 was there. Michael Hessler had his lane, and the 16 just couldn't hold it. Got into him hard, and they just slammed to the wall after that.
Yeah, it looks like Hessler has taken his 117 machine, slipped it on back to the garage there. 16 on pit road. Let's see if he can fix any of this damage. He might have already taken his fast repair for tonight, so let's see if he's not popping up with a new truck, so he's gonna have to nurse that thing around for the last 25 laps.
And of course, right now you're looking with that 25 to go. Are you gonna pit now, or are you gonna wait for the next caution, or what we're gonna do?
No, I think we saw them. They absolutely stayed out here. Really, the only one pitting was the 46 of Sean Breitzman, and of course the 16, and those were just to repair damage.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna be saving that last set of tires for the next caution. We only have a corner on these things. They still should have plenty of grip.
Yeah, we only had one green flag on those tires, so absolutely no reason to pit there. After just pitting, you basically just warm those tires up. But John Odenbacher, what a restart by him, getting up into the second spot. It'll be very interesting to see what he can do now. John Odenbacher finally having the run he's been aiming for this entire season, challenging for a win.
And you know he's a good plan to have that cuddle paint scheme on that Toyota Tundra there.
Might be the paint scheme.
Gotta be.
And he's going to be earning some extra contingencies here tonight. That's for sure. A lot of airtime for the 089 truck tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And good for him because he has been heavy into the top 5, top 10 in almost all of the races, but just towards the end, he just has a little bit of bad luck. Something happens on the track and he has to end up dodging it, but whatever it is, he just can't always hold on that position, and it's not always of his doing. So it's good to see at the end right now, so far, he is up into the second spot.
And there's something wooden in his booth somewhere. Announcer's curse. It almost happens every time. Should be getting them 2x2 here at the stripe. See how these guys line up.
Again, I'm going to keep a close eye on the 31 of Drew Lalonde. Didn't really get that great of a restart, but mostly because he had a few slower guys up in front of him. But again, he has a clean car here. We'll see if he can get back up there. Drew Lalonde qualified third, so he easily has the speed, sitting in 13th right now.
And 2 trucks up from him, the 18, still trying to work his way back up to the front. But I believe the guys in front of him, their trucks are starting to come in now and getting pretty settled into their setups.
And Dan Stussy, who's been running really well all race, back up into the top 10. He was threatening in the top 5 just a little bit ago as well. So even though he's in front of Chad Barker, he may have something to say about getting up into the front.
Yeah, absolutely going to keep an eye on that 18 and 31 coming up through the field. But, man, we got to watch that 089 try to hold that second spot on this restart. 29 always getting a good jump. Let's see if he can do it again.
Yeah, 089 is hanging back there, almost side by side with the 67.
Trying to keep that truck in view out of his left side entry hole there. Pace car is off. 29's gone.
Yeah,
Good
you saw
start for
the
089. Well, no.
Ooh, 089 tried to time that,
Three
didn't
wide.
do so well, and actually looked like he might have missed the shift. 3 wide,
Almost
23 on the outside. Ooh, don't drift up too much, because that will turn into the wall. Ooh, three wide back behind them. The 18 charging through the middle. Dan Stucci on the inside, D. Palmer on the outside. Can the 18 Chad Barker charge through here? It looks like he might just clear these two into the corner, and he does. He clears them. Chad Barker all the way up to 5th position on this restart.
He was the cream filling in that little Twinkie sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Man, what a
was
restart
impressive.
by him. And again, 3 wide, back behind him. D. Palmer loving that 3 wide. Ooh, the 10's going to back out of it, and because of that, it's going to catch the 31 off guard. Ooh, 089 drifted up way too hard there. The 18 now driving back. Finally going to fit in here, but D. Palmer's now taking it to the inside of the 17 of Ryan Maines.
Palmer working the inside groove there. Of course, as we've seen all tonight. Works for about the first 3 or 4 laps and then starts to fade away there. 23 going to take over the position. Move him up to P7. Not for long though. 17 fighting back. Got the 10, the 68, and the 31 all in tow right now. 31 having a good run off the corner. Going to give the 10 a little shot down the backstretch. As the 17's pulling up, going to give a shot to the 23 going into the corner. That was almost dangerous.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Bumping him into the corner never does work itself out, and the 17's going to drift up a little bit. That 10 could have had that spot, but just didn't get a good run off the corner, and now we've got 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back in the back. Looks like Sean Breisman wants to stick his head in as well.
Oh, going 3 wide.
Right in there, almost forcing it 3 wide.
Jumping back up in the front real quick, 67 just gave a little hammer to the 1 truck and dove down below him, got him a little loose, and is going to make that inside pass, and he's going to work on the 29 of Mark Walz.
Looks like that backup PC is working pretty good for that 67 machine. Still, just a, oh my goodness gracious, just a wad. You know, 3's company, but 6 is a crowd. This is way too much here.
Ooh, looks like the 17. Oh, and again, on the back bumper of the 23. That's going to slow up Gary the Violet up on the top lane, as well as the 88 of Ray Partridge. Look at the 46 getting that run in. Now on the inside of the 17. This right here is for 9th on the track, and Sean Breisman will take it back. A reminder, Sean Breisman's got damage. He's got damage. He hasn't used his fast. He's already used his fast repair, so he couldn't have used it last caution. And man, he is driving past these guys.
Yeah, we're looking at on board with Drew Lalonde here, peeking at the back end of the 88 machine. Drew Lalonde getting the short end of the stick back here with all of this shuffling for position, jockeying for position, if you will.
Yeah, he's quick and he's trying to get past, but every time he does, someone ends up drifting up and blocking him or closing the door, and he just can't get by. Ooh, the 68.
Yeah, Gary LaViolette slapping that wall really well.
Ooh,
great
28 almost losing it because of it.
Yeah. We're still got a good pack of 4 trucks in front of this 31 here. Everybody side by side. Brightsman making work on the 31, or the 23, excuse me, D. Palmer.
Somewhere.
And crossover.
I don't know if it's me, but the 10 car of Andy Vogt is disappeared. He's absolutely disappeared off the track.
Somewhere in that bundle is a very laggy number 10 and Andy Voigt. He's his overall iRacer quality has dropped tremendously, but he's apparently still in there.
Yeah, he is nowhere to be seen, and in the meantime, Kip Leo, he will be our 3rd driver that's dropped out so far. But man, these battles are getting absolutely crazy. Looks like 17 riding that bumper. The 46 Drudel behind them, finally moving up, finally starting to pass some guys. Ooh, 23 drifted up in the corner, and then 88 has to dodge him. Second, 2 wide back there.
And 3-car battle for 7th here. You got Brightsman with the spot, 17 and a 31 wanted. 17's going to get a little loose coming off of 4. And have to down to the bottom, trying to get there onto the 46, 31, up the back bumper to 17. 17 don't know where he's want to go. all three of them in the high side
They
right now.
are glued to each other on that high side. Heaven forbid one of them gets into the wall. That will slow.
Oh, there it is.
And as I say it,
there it goes.
the 17 absolutely
Hard.
destroying his truck, as well as the 31 heavy damage. I was just saying, if one were to get into the wall, all the others behind him would have nowhere to go, and that is exactly what happened there. The 17 car, you saw it heavy into the wall there, crossed over, came off onto the 31. Both of them heavy into the inside wall.
That was really, really, really on point there, Katie. You couldn't ask for better timing. I mean,
you got to be careful. You cannot stay glued to each other on that high side, knowing that you have about 15 laps on your tires. You guys know that is when your tires get shot, and yet they still are bumper to bumper on the outside wall. That's just begging for something to happen.
yeah, and last week's winner is just not having a good race.
No, not at all. And actually, Andy Vogt, we'd mentioned that he just absolutely gone off track because of his internet, and he did crash out. So Andy Vogt is out of this race in 15th position.
And a little. Now we should get the green flag with just either 10 or 11 laps to go. So we'll have a long enough run to see if it goes green, long enough run to see some tires start to fall off. So this next restart is really going to be key here.
Whoa, Sean Brightsman. Hello. He has come off pit lane first. He decided to get two tire change. That is not going to work. This is going to be a very interesting restart here.
That is an interesting call.
15 laps on those tires. 2 tire change with about 11 to go when we get this green flag. I don't know, guys. I think I smell another caution.
We got about 10 laps on these tires. So he's either tightened that thing up pretty good to where it's going to run good on 2 tires, or he's just swinging for the fences right now, and I believe it's the latter. And Ryan Maines did have a little bit of engine issues, but he did take his quick repair. Is going to start at the tail end of the longest line here.
Yeah, we saw him get into the wall multiple times throughout this race, but good on him to save that fast repair towards the end of this race. I think he's been burned a few times, and he knows if you can save it to the end, it's when it will really come in handy, and he absolutely did. So good call by the 17 of Ryan Maines. He currently sits in 12th, but God only knows what is about to happen with Sean Brightsman up into that first position with only 2 tires.
Now, the one truck is kind of sitting in the catbird seat because he's starting behind the 46. If he can get to the inside of the 46 before turn 1, force the 46 up the track, slow down to 29 a little bit, hey, he's got a shot to win this. He'll have a pretty legitimate shot to win it, as well as the 67 right behind the 29.
And one thing you also got to remember is that the 46 of Sean Brightsman is a fantastic restarter. I think even with older right side tires for the first lap, he may be able to pull off jumping up into that lead in front of Mark Walz.
Yeah, and I want to shout out here, the 18 of Chad Barker came into the pits in 4th and has left 7th. So not only did he have a little bit of a slow stop there, but he just lost a couple of spots, and not only to, of course, Sean Brightsman with the 2 tire change, but a couple of more. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can have another fantastic start like he did last time.
Right, we got a little bit of brake checking back towards the end of the field here. But getting ready. 11 to go when they hit the stripe. We working on lap 90 of 100. Just a reminder, you are watching the Walz Beard Company 150 here from the Kansas Motor Speedway here on Off Camber Television. We want to thank everybody out there for coming out and partaking in the festivities here. We hope these last 10 laps are a wonder to watch here for you.
And right before we go green, huge shout out to the 11 and the 089, both top 6 trucks. It's having a fantastic run tonight.
This is gonna get crazy here, folks. The pace car is gonna make that hard left-hand turn into the pits. 46 has control of the field. There he goes. He's off. Not a good jump as we would have thought. 29 got a pretty good jump on him as well. The 1 still there to the inside of the 29, heading into turn 1. Brightsman on the bottom. Wayne Hutchinson barely has the 29 cleared.
Oh, that 46 off of that corner really could not hold it. That 29 going to cross over on that 1 car. The 1 looking to take it high on the 46 wasn't going to get there. That 29 diving into that corner. 1's going to drift up. 29 has the 2nd spot, giving a little shove. Oh, almost going to turn the 46. You got to be careful there, Mark Walz. Single
Those are
file, but for
teammates
just
there.
a moment.
Yeah, teammates there, as well as the 1 all on Dog Bear Racing right there, 67. I don't believe he is in that little clip.
No, he is not. He's a solo. Actually got Dog Bear, followed by a bunch of independents.
Ooh, it looks like the 46 wanted to squeeze him down. The 29 would not let him.
Oh,
Ooh.
and they contact. Oh, Brightsman saves it from the wall. But it looks like everyone's going to start running freight train right by him.
Yeah, we expected this to happen, but not because of that. A little bit of contact, moving the 46 out of the way. 089 could not take it there. Looks like he got out of whack a little bit. The 46 just squeezing in for just a moment, but the 67 had some problems there. Now the 46 taking to the outside of him.
Yeah, the 46 holding his own really well with just those 2 tires. The 089 is going to the inside of him. Chad
Ooh,
Barker.
89 089.
Chad Barker going to get the worst of this. Can he keep it straight?
089 has blown his engine. Arguing. 18 back on the track, but heavy damage. 089, his engine is blown. His race is over.
Now Hutchinson and Williams here battling for the lead, trying to get up to Walz. Walz running a high line, carrying that momentum coming off of 4. We're coming to 7 to go. Can the 1 get there? 29's going to cut him off there at the stripe. 67 trying to follow the 29 on the high side. Brightsman still there in 4th.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule out Brightsman just yet. You never know what could happen with these 3 guys. Aggression up front here.
Caution's
the
out.
caution is out.
This is going to be good, folks. This is going to set up either a 1 or 2 lap shootout to the finish. We are looking for the cause of the caution. Believe, let's see here. It's either Kukas or Lalonde here. I mean, not Kukas. Go back and see. Yeah, Lalonde.
I'll be honest, I do not know why that caution was out. Looks like everyone was in decent shape there. I looked back and I could not find it. Looks like we might have had a debris caution here. Interesting. And it came out before we got under 5 laps, so we should have a restart here.
Yeah, I'm looking around. I don't see a restart anywhere.
It might be for the 089 stopping on the backstretch here. And having some spotter apologies going on here. Looks like the 089's spotter didn't, or the 18 spotter didn't know that the 46 was outside of the 089. Accused the 089 of coming down onto him, but everything's all fine and dandy now. Well, besides 2 hurt trucks.
2 hurt trucks that were good top 5 finishers.
Yeah, that's going to bring D. Palmer back into the top 5 with Ray Parcher sitting in 6th, Dan Stussy in 7th, Gary LaViolette in 8th, Ryan Maines in 9th, and William Fletcher riding in 10th. I mean, any of them could get a top 5 here pretty quickly here.
Yeah, we've got a couple of drivers because of all of the wrecking that has happened. Looks like they might get in a good finish, and that is really, really good to see for these series because a lot of these drivers are fast and they do have the cars to get there, but circumstances just didn't help them early on. And a big reminder, the 88 had a fantastic save about halfway through this race. And so it's really good to see that he is back up into the top 10 here. He's currently sitting in 6th place.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be coming down for tires right now. It's time to put up or shut up. We're going to have Mark Walz out in front, Wayne Hutchinson in second, and Andrew Williams in third.
Yeah, we'll have a green-white checkered here. So if there was ever a reason to not stop, it would be now. You have you got what you got, as they say. And I really do think that Mark Walz has some heavy competition here. I'm not sure. Although it's funny enough, if you look at the stats, Mark Walz has led 73 of 100 laps so far, and yet it has not been an easy race for him at all. A lot of people competing for that top spot, just he's been able to cross the line the most times, that's all.
Yeah, these guys up front have been pushing him, and the last 3-4 races now, and we've said it every broadcast, the field is catching Mark Walz as a whole. He is no longer dominating and half a lap up. He is having to fight tooth and nail, pop rivet, and sheet metal to get these race wins.
Yeah, absolutely. And we lost Drew Lalonde, we lost Chad Barker, we lost John Odenbacher. I mean, we have lost a lot of very, very fast race cars up front, and it's always just Mark Walz just making it to the end of a race, being able to hang on, and it's not over yet. It's definitely not over. I do think Wayne Hutchinson has a little something for him, and of course, we cannot forget the 67 of Andrew Williams. As if he is not aggressive enough, he will definitely charge hard here coming to this last restart.
Yeah, this is it.
And if Brightsman has anything to say about it, if he's able to get that truck to pedal faster, Walz did move him out of the way for the lead.
Yeah,
I absolutely do not rule out the 46 of Sean Brightsman.
If I was a 29, I'd be very afraid of both of those trucks.
And the one's going to have to get a good restart, though. I believe the 67 is going to have the most competition for that 29 off of this restart. It's Mark Walz is restart king here in this series, so he gets a good jump. He's pretty much, he can almost guarantee he's got it in the bag. About an 80% chance.
Again, if there is anyone in second close to Mark Walz's bumper on that last turn, hold your breath. That's all I can say is hold your breath, because we never know what can happen in this series.
Williams is all over the bumper of 29. He is not going to give him an inch.
Be prepared for a delayed start from the 29. Pace car coming off here. This is for all the marbles.
A little bit of a brake check here.
Yep,
there he goes.
What a jump he has in the 1 and the 67. Side by side they go. This is your battle for second. Can they get clear? Can they get back up to Mark Walz? 2 by 2 by 2 they go. Holding it into the corner. A reminder, if the caution comes out, that is end of the race. Absolutely end of the race. So you don't want a caution to come out here. You really want to race and get back up there. Looks like the 67 just going to clear that 1, but he's not. He can't close the door. But he's going to dive in this corner, and he will. He just needs to slide up here. Ooh, the 67.
Oh, there it is.
Ooh,
46 in the 1.
Ooh.
88's into the back of the 1. One's around.
Oh,
one's
no,
around. Caution will come out.
That will be a caution. Yep, there it is.
Absolutely. That'll be the caution. Fortunately, that one car just could not catch a break there. Could not catch a break there. Had it saved for just a moment, but the 88 of Ray Partridge could not slow up enough to give him enough room to catch that car. And because of that, the one out of whack even more, came down, smacked the 68 of Gary LaViolette, and just right back into the wall and right back into the lane of everyone, and that is why that caution is flown.
Yeah, Walz was about 700-800 feet from hitting the start-finish line. If he would have, it'd have been an all-out race to the end here. But with pace car in front, 29 working his way off turn 4. Mark Walz is going to take home his 8th win of the season, and he's going to do it here at Kansas.
Unbelievable. What a race for Mark Walz.
Wayne Hutchinson is going to go from battling for second to P13. The 88 running about 6th or 7th is going to fall back to 9th. But Andrew Williams, finally getting a decent finish. That's going to be his third top 5 of the season, finishing in 2nd.
Yeah, and just a reminder back in the pack, Andy Vogt had that internet issue, came back, unfortunately could not gain any spots, although he did come back in time to run a couple of laps, but he will finish back in 15th position.
And impressive run from Brightsman on them 2 tires as well. I mean, he didn't exactly hold it coming through, turn 3 and 4 that last green flag lap we had, but he definitely, he proved that he should have been up there, as he does week in and week out when he shows up. 29 is going to burn him down here underneath the flag stand, going to hit the wall here. Good job.
Yeah, the initial contact which caused that caution was the one coming down onto the 46 of Sean Brightsman. So unfortunately that was the one's fault getting into the corner. The 46 was literally as low as he could go, and you hate to see that because that's just not who Wayne Hutchinson is. He has so much more talent in that, and so unfortunately just a little bit of a mistake is going to ruin his race, but he did have a fantastic race early on.
Yeah, all right, and let's chime up them results for you real quick. Run them down for you as we have the 29 of Mark Walz winning for his 8th time this season. Andrew Williams in 2nd. Then you have the 46 Sean Brightsman in 3rd. D. Palmer, impressive comeback, going to finish in 4th. Dan Stussy going to finish where he qualified in 5th. Ryan Maines in 6th. Gary LaViolette in 7th. William Fletcher in 8th. Ray Partridge in 9th. And Chad Barker is going to round out your top 10. 065 is Scott Kukas, had a good run, going to finish in 11th. The 12th is Wayne Hutchinson, Drew Lalonde in 13th. 14th, 7 laps down, will be John Ottenbacher, Andy Vogt in the 10 truck in 15th. 16th is Kip Leo with a line full of 16s. The 117 of Michael Hessler is going to slide into the 17th position, and the 18 of Carl Burke is going to round out your field.
And again, that was a fantastic Northwest Truck Series race. Good on Mark Walz to pull off that victory. Hard fought, but horrible luck, and just heart goes out to the guys who just got taken out there at the end, who were able to challenge Mark, but just weren't able to get the job done from the accidents there.
Yeah, if you look on paper, as I said before, it wasn't the race it might appear to have been. Mark Walz leading 77 out of 100 laps. You would think, oh, of course, Mark Walz, another dominant performance, but that was absolutely not the case. Yes, he led the most laps. Yes, he led a lot of them, but that was not, it's not what was shown on the track. A lot of speed, a lot of guys catching up to him, and Mark Walz should absolutely be scared of the guys that are coming for him because they are very talented, and I do believe that they're going to come up and race him quite hard at the end of the season.
So going through what we have here, Sean Bright's been able to one of the major challengers for Mark Walz, lost in that horrible wreck, but still came back to finish 3rd with a damaged truck through pit strategy. Is he knocking at the door here to come into the booth?
Yes, indeed. Sean Brightsman, you got your ears on?
Got him on.
Welcome to the booth. I mean, I think I'm going to start calling you Yo-Yo, because if there's anyone that goes up and down the board as much as you, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him around. I don't know if that person exists. But talk about the race that you had.
Definitely up and down. Definitely yo-yoing. Setup felt great. It was on rails. Had a little trouble there in the middle, and first caution, I think I got into the wall after getting loose, and decided to repair that instead of use the fast repair. After that, felt like I was off pace, so I used the fast repair and then ended up spinning out.
Yeah, unfortunately, we did see that spin, and it cost you a little bit of damage there. But talk about that 2-tire call there towards the end of the race, and what was going through your mind.
I knew they were going to take 4. I mean, 4 was the smart move anyway. I figured if I take two, we ran an open race a couple days before. Some people took two and ended up holding us off, but their sets could have been different completely. But hoping I could just keep it in front of Mark and Wayne and steal a win.
We had a fantastic run there. We were rooting you on early, and it was unfortunate to see you wreck. But hey, you did pull off a third place finish there. I saw right there toward the end. You'd come off close to the wall, came down on Mark. Mark looks like or not Mark. I'm sorry, Chad, and got a little incident there with Onbacher. Sounded like there was some spotter issues going on. Anything on the team side that you guys were hearing?
Yeah, I just told Chad that it was probably my fault, more or less. I was pinching John so that he didn't get a run either. So, but I never got a spotter call for 3 wide. So I thought I was just pinching John, but Chad was there also.
Well, we'll have to talk to your spotters then. Hey, man, you had a fantastic run today. We're super proud of you. One of these days, you are going to seal that deal, and you're going to pinch Mark off of his little pedestal there, hopefully soon.
That's the plan. I'd like to be here next week to do it.
All right, man. Well, hey, good luck to you. Get some practice in, and let's see you take some checkered flags next week.
Sounds good. Thanks.
And speaking of next week, we're going to be on the high bank, huge track of Talladega.
Did someone say excitement? Did someone say crazy?
Oh my God! It's more apprehension and nervousness approaching that surface. It's huge. It is fast. It is scary, and it's literally anybody's ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree that track is going to be insane.
Speaking of insane, our second place racer, I haven't seen him in around here to talk to us, so we'll have a quick self-interview with Andrew Williams. Andrew Williams, good job. Thank you. Great job. All right. Good job, second place.
Yeah, I did stuff. Things happened. All right, thank you.
I drove really wild and crazy, and it had a lot of fun. Thank you all very much.
Oh, what a great interview. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right. And I believe there's a guy who we are intimately familiar with waiting to enter the booth here.
Yes, indeed. His name is Mark Walz. Mark Walz. Welcome to the booth.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
How's it going, Mr. Mark?
Man, it is going great. What an awesome race. I mean, if that wasn't exciting, then we'll have to just up the bar at Talladega, but that was some pretty intense racing from what I saw.
Yeah, I know you were involved in a lot of it, coming from the back up to the front of the track and battling your way through all that. No, you did a fantastic job. You had a great view from your driver's seat. Tell us what you were looking at.
Yeah, the qualifying lap, definitely not what I was looking for. I blew it up. Practiced all day with that set tape and went out and did the qual run and couldn't complete it. So definitely had to start from deep in the field, and I knew I had to be aggressive. I just remember Charlotte last week with 20 to go. I couldn't get there, so I knew I had to drive hard to get to the front, so that way I can maintain that pace and save tires as much as I can once I got up there. So I was definitely in a hurry to get there.
Well, great job, man. You did an awesome job. Let's see. You did was that number 8 on the season so far?
First one at Kansas at nighttime.
There we go. First one at Kansas. And supporting, I believe you had an announcement earlier this week for a new fragrance joining the beard company. What do you got there?
That's right. Walz Beard Co. just released the new Teakwood beard balm. It's available in half ounce and ounce quantities. Check it out. WalzBeardCo.com. It's a great scent. I know our cedar wood is just amazing, but wait until you smell the teakwood. Definitely looking forward to get it out there.
Awesome, man. Well, once again, you did a fantastic job. Competition is banging on your back bumper here. What do you think about how much faster this whole field is catching up to you?
Yeah, competition is definitely hitting my bumper. I know Sean did it a few times there. We'll get him back. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put him in on the wrecker at Talladega. I don't think he wants to finish that one, supposedly. So he's going to go through the infield a few times. No, it's every week. Everyone's just upping the bar that much more, and it makes it more exciting. And we're going to have to dig a little bit harder to make sure we can stay ahead of it. But right now, just enjoying the power and kind of continue on. I had an awesome paint scheme. We ran it last week. I've been doing a Kevin Harvick throwback with the GM Goodwrench scheme, and I went with the Dale Earnhardt Peter Max base from a while back, so putting some colors out for the nighttime races, and glad it was in victory lane.
Oh, yeah, it looks great. Hey, real quick, why don't you list through some of your sponsors and who you got to shout out for tonight, and let's see you again next week in Dega.
Dan 4. Yeah, I got to thank Walz Beard Co., main sponsor for tonight. Got to thank Dog Bear Racing, Sarge's Place, Bolt Vapes. I mean, without all those together, I don't think we would have any package that we do. And I got to thank OCTV for putting on these amazing broadcasts. I love going back and watching. And Dega. That's all I got to say.
4 words, 4 corners, or 4 letters, 4 corners. Let's make it go.
Lots of passes.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mark, for again letting us call out your races here. It's been awesome being a part of this. Once again, you're a pleasure to talk with at the end of a race. So let's wrap you up, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Yeah, I cannot stress enough the quality of racing has increased over this season. Just more and more and more excitement keeps building, and this race was again unbelievable. Huge shout out to Scott Kukas coming up through the field, finishing 11th. Has not been having the best season, but man, he has persevered and he has kept in there, and he gets himself a nice finish today. Unfortunate day for John Odenbacher, Drew Lalonde, Wayne Hutchinson, Chad Barker, all fast, just couldn't get back up to the front, had a little bit of trouble at the end. And again, Mark Walz kills it. So, as always, a good race and very competitive.
All right. Well, next week, of course, we are going to Alabama to go race at Talladega. You thought, there's a bunch of cautions in this one. Wait till next week. That's going to be fun. Just a quick reminder, starting next Friday, OCTV is covering the World Cup of iRacing starting at 6 Eastern and 3 Pacific. We're starting with the, what are they called? The Armageddon races. Yes. So be sure to, subscribe to the YouTube channel. They will be broadcasted live at youtube.com/offcambertv and also through the iracing.com/live portal. So for OCTV, for Donovan Johns, Katie Reed, and our producer Tony Knuckles, I am Wes the Mess Graham, and we are out.
Are you ready?